Harry, don't give me that, huh? How many times you sell out the arena in 24 hours? That's because you never promoted a Lane Kincaid concert before.
Hey, Bill, think we could play a little tennis?
You know better than that, Lane.
Harry.
Yeah. Been on the road so long, probably forgot how to keep score anyway.
Now look, we talked percentages 5 weeks ago. You didn't think the kid was big enough then. That's your own tough luck. Misrepresentation. Harry, is it my fault that you don't read the trades? Well, you should have asked somebody who's a little bit more with it.
No problem. I was going in there anyway.
That he's not a piece of furniture, you know.
That kid in there is worth $2 million.
Expecting somebody?
All right, hold it. Lane, lock the door.
Time to go for a little ride. Come on.
Where are you taking me?
To your just reward. Let's go.
Well, the IADC is grateful too, Mr. Springfield. Without your cooperation, we could never have stopped that attempt at sabotage. Thank you. Would that all dealings between government and big business have such happy endings.
Daddy, you haven't done anything. You promised me you would. The least you could do is drop your name and make the police do something.
This is my daughter, Whitney. Whitney, Diana Prince.
Hi, Whitney. The government agent.
I never told you that.
I pick things up.
Aside from forgetting her manners and having very big ears, Whitney is quite convinced that some young singing star,
Lane Kincaid.
one of her latest in a series of desperate heartthrobs. For some reason, she thinks he's been abducted.
He has. I saw them do it. Daddy, they're going to kill him, and it'll be your fault.
Whitney, Miss Prince has a plane to catch, and neither she nor I nor anyone else has any time for your nonsense.
Daddy, it's not nonsense.
I wish I could stay, Whitney, but I do have to pack.
Say goodbye to Miss Prince, Whitney.
Goodbye, Whitney.
Goodbye.
I want to tell you again that I'm very grateful for everything you did in any time. If there's anything that we can do to
Thank you,
help.
Mr. Springfield.
Who's pushing you?
I'm not exactly sleeping.
Yeah.
So, this is Mr. Lane Kincaid, whom millions of young persons admire and adore. What a pleasure.
I wish I could say the same, but I can't.
Well, that's quite all right. After all, you have been kidnapped. Your life is in my hands.
In other words, you'd better keep me alive, well, and happy. Because if you don't get a cent, correct? And right now, I feel like having a large steak. Medium rare would be fine.
Shall we accommodate the young man, Mr. Morley?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Kincaid, don't you ever sit down in my presence without being asked.
Sorry. It was an accident.
Hi, Miss Prince.
Hi.
Whitney Springfield. We just met.
Yes, I know.
I found out from my dad's secretary where you were staying.
You were looking for me?
Yes, I was. May I call you Diana?
Sure.
The Brownfield Tower's on Rodeo Drive.
No, LAX. I have to get to the airport, Whitney, not Beverly Hills.
You heard what I said, Cabby. Remember what I told you before?
Rodeo Drive it is.
I told him I tip 30%, which I do.
Whitney.
Please, Diana, you've got to help me. Lane's been kidnapped. He really has.
Now, there's no way somebody that famous could be kidnapped without anybody knowing about it.
I snuck up there to get his autograph, and I saw a man with a mask and a gun make Lane leave with him.
If he was kidnapped, even the police couldn't keep it quiet, Whitney.
Maybe they don't know about it. Please, Diana, find out for sure. You're a spy. You can find out anything. Please, I can pay for any trouble I cause you. I get a heck of an allowance.
I know, you tip 30%.
How much?
You heard correctly, Mr. Ripley. $2 million.
I won't pay it.
With a Lane Kincaid concert worth $1 million coming up. And 5 gold records last year alone. You'll pay, Mr. Ripley. You'll pay.
He's in the penthouse on the top floor. He's blonde, good-looking, kind of longish hair, good-looking.
Yeah, I know what he looks like, Whitney.
Make them let you see him. Tell him you're with the government. No, that might scare him. Tell him you're a writer.
Why don't you leave that to me, okay, and meet me back at the hotel?
Okay, right.
Okay, right.
Diana?
Yes.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Be careful.
$2 million. Yeah, hello. Let me talk to the bank manager, please. Mr. Overton. Yeah, this is Ash Ripley.
I saw a man with a mask and a gun make Lane leave with him.
I just saw him, Whitney.
Who?
Lane. He was in his room, as big as life, as plain as day.
You couldn't have. I saw them take him away at gunpoint. Do you think I made it up?
No, I think you saw something. You probably just misunderstood.
I didn't misunderstand. I know what a mask is for and I know what a gun is for. I'm not a baby.
I didn't mean that, Whitney.
If you don't believe me, just say so.
I'm sorry.
No, just forget it. I'm sorry. Just forget about the whole thing. Look, your bags are right there. The room is paid for. Just go back to Washington. You know, on the news, they said that Lane had been rehearsing all day for his concert. Why do you think they'd lie like that? And why would Lane be in his room when logically he would be rehearsing?
Okay. It sounds suspicious enough to me to do just a little bit more checking. Okay?
Okay.
You know, you guys could have at least let me and my brother have some time to talk. It's been 10 years, you know. But then I guess that doesn't matter to you creeps, right? Kingman.
Look, it wasn't Mr. Crichton's intention to arrange a family reunion. He dug up your brother so he could switch places with you. Now, nobody knows, nobody but your manager knows the real Lane Kincaid's been kidnapped. You got that?
Ah, it's very smart. Very smart. I guess your Mr. Crockton must think he's hot stuff.
That's Crichton. Crichton.
Huh?
You're darn right he's hot stuff. If I told you the people in high places, and I mean really high places, he's kidnapped without anybody catching on to blow your socks off. Of course, not all of them were obliging enough to have a bona fide twin waiting in the wings like you.
Yeah, well, Marley, you know what?
What?
Right now, I'd love to have a BLT on white, extra mayo, lettuce, corn chips, and a root beer. Seeing the game's over anyway.
Okay, you got it. Kid.
Didn't I tell you to keep the curtains closed?
Sorry.
Now you've got an interview in a half hour.
You're kidding.
Nah, some creep from the Tribune didn't buy our rehearsal story. Now listen, not one word about what's happened. Because the same guys who brought you in that furniture box, they could just as easily take you out in a coffin. You understand that?
But they promised me that if I did as they said, that they wouldn't hurt me or Melvin.
Now look, as long as I'm stuck with you, you better start acting like Lane Kincaid. You better... Melvin? Who's Melvin?
Lane, sir. His real name's Melvin. Mine's Michael.
I don't care if your name's a Punch and Judy and you were separated at the age of 9 when the Alaskan pipeline blew and washed away your igloo.
At the age of 5, sir, when our foster parents...
Don't care. From now on, you're Lane Kincaid. Don't forget that.
Yes, sir.
Good.
Trevor.
Steve?
Oh, Diana. You at the airport?
No, Steve, I'm still in Los Angeles.
I thought that Springfield thing was all wrapped up.
Well, it is. Listen, I'll tell you about it later. Right now, I need some information.
Information, huh? What kind? Human type or computer type?
Well, I think a little of both.
Oh, well, in that case, hang on. I got a surprise for you.
Surprise? Steve?
Try again.
Ira?
Affirmative.
Yeah, the patch cable between Ira and the phone company was completed yesterday.
You are the first to benefit from its installation.
Well, imagine my delight.
What can we do for you, kiddo?
Okay, fellas. The subject is kidnapping. Only the victim isn't missing. One Lane Kincaid. He seems to have been replaced by someone else. Any ideas?
The name Raleigh Crichton is associated with a dozen rumored kidnappings in which the victim was replaced by a double.
Oh, yeah. He and I have crossed paths before. Crichton supposedly arranges it so that only those closest to the victim know there's even been a kidnapping. That way it makes it easier for them to pay the ransom without contacting the police or the FBI. Rumor has it he's been very successful.
Well, he certainly found a perfect double for Lane.
Because the Lane Kincaid concert is tomorrow night, it is logical that the ransom will be paid and the victim will be returned before then.
His manager will probably make the drop. I'll keep an eye on him. Thank you, fellas.
Keep in touch, Diana Prince.
Now that I've got your number, Ira, you bet. Bye. Mr. Ripley, I know that Lane has been kidnapped. I'm here to help.
Mind your own business, lady. That's how you can help. Who are you?
That doesn't really matter. Listen, you can't let them get away with this.
And what I can't do is blow a concert worth $1 million, and you're not going to make me. You see this? Now, from now on, it's going to be in my pocket. But it's going to be aimed right at you. Now, you, just move ahead towards that shack, okay? Slowly. Move it. Move it! Go ahead, come on. All right, now stop.
Something doesn't smell right.
Get in, nice and easy.
I'm trying to tell you.
Come on, get in there. Quiet.
Oh.
You're making a mistake.
Be quiet.
He got rid of the girl, but I don't like it.
And neither will Crichton. Abort.
Forget it, Mr. Ripley. The deal's off.
No! No, wait a minute. I followed all the instructions to the letter. It's okay. Sorry, Wonder Woman. You interfering in my business. Now, look, this is no concern of yours or anybody else's. Don't bother with that, huh? I mean, because I'm going to tell you the truth. Because those phone calls from the kidnappers, they were either long distance or a ship to shore, and I don't even know who they were. And when you take that off, well, I'm just going to deny there was a kidnapping. So there's no point, right?
After all we've done to make it easy for him to pay the ransom, that fool involved Wonder Woman.
Well, boss, we don't know for sure. I mean, Ripley was just as surprised as we were when she showed.
Well, I suppose it's only fair to hear both sides of the story before taking final action.
Look, I had nothing to do with Wonder Woman's being there. There's been no double cross, believe me. Now, as far as the police, or anybody else is concerned, there hasn't even been a kidnapping. All right, look, let's arrange another drop, all right? I'll bring the $2 million anytime, any place. Let's make it soon, huh? So Lane can be fresh for the concert.
Lane is not going to be in that concert. It looks like Michael is.
What?
It's about time you learn a lesson about carelessness, Mr. Ripley. I'll be in touch after tomorrow night.
Oh, wait. Without Lane, I'm going to be ruined. You're going to end up with nothing.
But if you know he's been kidnapped and replaced by his twin...
His manager refuses to report it. Now, if we go and make a big fuss about it, well, we might be putting Lane in even more danger.
He's in danger, all right. I thought the men who took him were going to kill him.
Why do you say that?
It was something the guy in the mask said. How come they haven't canceled tonight's concert?
That is a very good question. I don't suppose you have an extra ticket.
Yeah, I do. My housekeeper was going to take me. But will you go with me?
I'd love to.
Great. Now maybe we'll find out what's going on.
I got to do something. I got it. Lip sync. You can lip sync the songs. You know what lip sync is?
Yes, sir.
Good. Great. All right. Now you just fake it, right? You move your lips to the records. You know all Lane's songs, don't you? Every red-blooded American kid does.
No, sir. My foster parents never let me listen to radio.
Your foster parents? Your loving foster parents haven't even reported you missing yet.
Hey. Good.
Now, I am the only person here who cares about you. I am the only one who can help you now. The only one. I want you to get on that stage tonight. I want you to perform, and I want you to be Lane Kincaid. Hey, come on. I'm sorry. Come here. Listen, can't you do something?
I can play a little guitar, a little bit of singing.
Yeah? Get a guitar. Terrific. All right, look, I'm going to get you some records. You're going to memorize the songs that I tell you, and you're going to practice your little heart out on the guitar, right?
Yes, sir.
Great. Now, you feel all right, huh? Now, don't be nervous when you get out there. Now, just remember everything. Lip sync, okay? All right, wait a second. Hold on. All right, you look great. Go ahead. I think I'm going to be sick.
He looks just like him. Do you suppose we're wrong? Do you suppose that's Lane after all?
We'll know as soon as he starts to sing. Faking it. I guess we know now why they didn't cancel the concert.
These kids don't blow a month's allowance just to see someone move his lips. Even if he does look just like Lane.
pulling out?
You better believe it. Me and the advance money are moving to higher ground.
Hey, give him a chance. Hear him out.
Listen, the only voice I want to hear right now is an airline pilot welcoming me to Chicago. Look, I'll wire you the money that I owe you when I get there.
Hey, listen, you ought to at least hear him long enough.
Don't use up all your strength, you know? You're gonna need it for your new buddy when the people out there kill him.
This audience isn't gonna put up with the cam music any longer. If I were him, I'd start running now.
No more tapes. I guess it's time for real music. This is my kind of stuff.
This music is different, but it's good. It's really good.
Which could be bad for Lane. Really bad.
He's as good as Lane.
I tried to tell you.
He's as good as Lane.
He's what?
Yes, sir. And then he started doing his own stuff, and it's not bad, Mr. Crichton. Give a listen.
Very well, Mr. Sampson. Meet Mr. Ludwig, as arranged. I have some thinking to do.
What's going on?
Lane Kincaid is, at this very moment, giving the finest performance of his career.
What?
Lane's twin brother, apparently, is just as talented as Lane himself.
Well, let's hear it from Michael. I guess you fixed your wagon, huh, Crockton?
I'd worry about your wagon if I were you, Mr. Kincaid. For you suddenly have become about as useful to us as a dead duck.
What's the matter with him, man? Why doesn't he call? What's he waiting for?
He must have heard our kid went over big.
Yeah, sure he went over big. But he's not Lane. It'll take years to get him to that place. I want Lane back. I want Lane and Michael. There's nothing wrong with that, huh? I mean, I'm going to pay.
Maybe the kidnapper figures you got nothing to lose now. Maybe he thinks you'll try a double cross if he tries to return Lane.
Oh, come on. He's got to return Lane. What else is he going to do with him? No, he wouldn't.
I'm afraid no brilliant alternative occurred to me during the night. The boy is just too great a liability. Alert Sampson and Ludwig. We'll dispose of him at the yard.
Yes, sir. Oh, look, Sergeant, I want to speak to your superior. Hello? Hello?
Cops wouldn't believe you?
Are you kidding? After that concert last night? What have I done?
There's got to be somebody that can help us.
Wait a minute. There was this lady at the junkyard. She knew about the kidnapping. But I don't know where to find her. I don't even know who she is.
Whitney, retrace your steps, okay? You've got to remember what that man said when he kidnapped Lane.
I'm trying.
Think, okay? He must have said something. Something that made you think they were going to kill him.
Lane said something like, "Where are we going?" And the man said something like, "To get what you deserve. To get your reward. Your just reward." That's it. He said, "I'm taking you to your just reward." That's what made me think they were going to kill him. But if they weren't going to kill him, why would they say that?
They must be talking about where they're holding him. They took him where? His manager said that the phone calls sounded long distance, ship to shore. Your just reward. Operator, this is an emergency. Get me the Coast Guard.
The name of a boat.
Maybe. Just maybe.
Let's go, kid. Your singing days are over. In fact, it looks like all your days are over.
Didn't Crichton speak to Ash?
It's too risky. What can I say? In our business, these things happen. Come on. Let's go. Come on.
Thank you, Captain. Good. I'll be waiting.
What'd they say?
There is a boat out of Marina Del Rey called Your Just Reward, and the Coast Guard is trying to locate it.
Do you think they've killed Lane yet?
Well, from what my boss in Washington has told me about the kidnappers, if they haven't killed him yet, it's only because Crichton hasn't figured out the tidiest possible way to do it.
Skyview 3 to Central. They are now in a gray sedan, license number 247PCE.
Yes. That's right. What have you got? Well, do you know where they're heading? Okay, well, please keep me posted. Thank you.
What's happening?
They've got Lane in a car headed away from the ocean, and the police are after them.
Well, let's get going. We're not doing any good here. Maybe there'll be a shoot.
You are going home, young lady.
No, Diana, no.
Listen, Whitney, whatever does finally happen, I don't want you involved.
Diana, please.
Whitney.
All right, I'll go, but you better promise to call and keep me posted.
I promise. Now go.
Mr. Ludwig should be ready by now, don't you think?
We'll soon find out.
Looks like you'll lose him in no time.
Good. Then let's take care of our immediate problem so we can join them at the airport.
What do you mean you lost them? Well, have you any idea where they're headed? Thanks anyway, Lieutenant. Junkyard.
No.
Whitney?
It won't even turn over. You should always take a taxi when you have to get somewhere, Diana. What are we going to do now?
You are going to listen to me, young lady, and do no less than what I tell you. Now, I want you to go over to that store, call the police, tell them to get out to the junkyard at Washington and 89th immediately. And then you stay put. Promise.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna call your father unless you promise.
Okay.
Go.
Let me show you something.
So how do you like your new manager so far?
He's great, but I miss Ash, you know? But he couldn't handle the kidnapping thing too well.
Well, the police and the FBI weren't too thrilled with his behavior either.
There you go. Well, I don't know about you, but this girl saved my life. She deserves more than an autograph. And if it weren't for her, we'd never be together again.
Hey, Lane, Michael, let's go.
Well, it was good seeing you again, Diana. So long. Thank you very much for all your help. And it was nice meeting you, Miss Prince.
Okay, break a leg, guys.
I may as well die now, Diana.
What?
I have nothing left to live for.
Well, how about a hot fudge sundae after the show?
With peanuts?
The works.
You're on.